Whoa, did Samsung accidentally leak their unreleased foldable phone tablet? There's actually a ton of leaks this past week, including the upcoming Galaxy S10, the Apple iPhone 11, and beyond. I'd love to know what you think about all these leaks. Let's talk about it, because this is Tech Today. Hey friend, this is Brandon, your host of This is Tech Today, your source for honest tech reviews, the news, and my views, and you're watching This is Tech This Week, a weekly show in addition to my other content, where I go over tech news from this past week that personally interests me. If that's something you're interested in, make sure to share, subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified when I post a new video, or Zuckerberg will give you $20 and spy on you.
He's climbing in your windows, he's snatching your people up, trying to rape them, so y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, cause they're raping everybody out here.
So the Samsung Galaxy S10 will be announced later on this month at their Unpacked event in San Francisco, and quite a few leaks have come out showing press images of the device and some prices along with it. And the phones, they look pretty hot. The names seem to be solidified as the Galaxy S10e for the budget option, which we'll talk about soon, the Galaxy S10, and then the Galaxy S10 Plus. The leaks suggest that the Galaxy S10e will only have two lenses on the back with a flat 5.8 screen and thicker bezels, kind of like the iPhone XR compared to the iPhone XS. There's also a fingerprint scanner on the side with one of the buttons and an estimated price of about $749 in the US. As far as I know, the Galaxy S10 hasn't had any press images leaked, but it does have a 6.1-inch screen with curved edges, super minimal bezels, a triple camera setup on the back, and is estimated to be around $899 in the US. And then there's the big boy, the Galaxy S10 Plus. It'll have a 6.4-inch screen, which is the same size as the Note 9, which is really nuts, and the same great features of the normal Galaxy S10 with the addition of 2 cameras on the front. The Galaxy S10 Plus will not have 4 cameras on the back as some of the rumors suggest, but 3. The price is estimated to be $999 for the base level Galaxy S10 Plus, which I still find to be expensive. But I do appreciate that they didn't go over $1,000 like the iPhone. However, I imagine that line will be crossed with the Note 10. Now here's a helpful chart to show you the differences in specs, including battery life and storage options. All 3 will have headphone jacks, at least 6 GB of RAM, and the Galaxy S10 Plus will allow you to choose an option for storage up to 1 TB. I store and edit these videos on a 1 TB drive, so what in the world would you need that much space for? Let me know in the comments. The 3 colors that we know about so far are Prism Black, Prism Green, and Pearl White. Other colors are planned for a later time, and I'm not feeling the green one too much, and the white one feels a bit like an oil spill, so I think I may go with the Prism Black one. Which one do you like the most? Now let me say something about the prices here. The Galaxy S10e is priced at about the same spot as the iPhone XR, which makes it seem like a response from Samsung to have a device in the same price tier. Hopefully the screen is better, but I still don't think $749 is what we should consider budget, especially in light of phones like the OnePlus 6T. If they end up pricing this at $699 or less, I think they could have something there to make people think twice when they're looking for a new phone. Now at the end of the day, if these phones are too expensive, we usually see deals on Samsung phones maybe a month or 2 later here in the US, so patience may be a benefit to you. Let me know what you think of these leaks and which one you're most interested in, and what do you think about their prices? And even more, why are these icons not centered with the cutout? I'm not OCD, but that's like a thing that bothers me a little bit. Join the discussion on the This is Tech Today community Discord server. We're a wholesome group of friends who are creating the community that we've been looking for. Come join us by clicking the link in the description. So Samsung wasn't the only one to have a big leak this week. Mark Gurman from Bloomberg has some information on Apple's upcoming iPhone 11 and the iPhone that will come out in 2020. Yes, another generation later. And just know that this dude continually has huge leaks that have been pretty spot on, so here's what he has to say. Mark said that Face ID will improve for all 2019 iPhone models and may have USB-C, which would be really great. The largest iPhone, which I think means the Max model, will have a triple camera setup. The third lens will be a wide-angle lens instead of a telephoto lens, which means you'll be able to see far more of your surroundings from where you stand compared to a normal camera lens. This is super practical and I think will be really nice. Honestly, that's one of my favorite things on the Pixel 3 and 3 XL's front-facing camera. The wide-angle selfie camera is actually really nice. Anyways, we're we're talking about the iPhone. iOS 13 will bring dark mode, which I'm really liking this dark mode trend that's going, so let's keep it going, like black on black. There's a link in the description for some Tech Today merch. There's supposedly a new home screen for the iPad, which may make better use of that space and make it act more like a laptop replacement, like Apple keeps pushing. Also, there will be longer live photos. And do any of you use live photos? Now, the most interesting part of Gurman's article has to do with what we'll see in 2020. The iPhone will have a laser-based 3D camera system that will allow it to have really powerful augmented reality capabilities. You've seen augmented reality with games like Pokemon Go, and Apple has been showing it off quite a bit in their keynotes. But what if you could have a really powerful system in your phone that allows you to scan and recreate your environments up to 15 feet away? That would be nuts. IKEA is gonna be all up in that. I really wonder what IKEA would name an app like that with augmented reality. Like, leave some funny names in the comments for what IKEA is gonna name this thing. Of course, that'll allow it to take better pictures with more depth data, and maybe a hint at the rumored augmented reality glasses or headset that Apple has been working on for quite a few years. That may be Apple's new game changer. But are you really interested in augmented reality? While I'm not entirely sure that will be mind-blowing enough to get people to upgrade their iPhones this year, I hope they increase the battery size, or at least include a fast charger. Speaking of fast chargers, if you didn't know, there is a charger revolution happening right now with gallium nitride chargers, and I have one here from this video sponsor, RavPower. RavPower's gallium nitride charger enables a ton of power in a really small, ultra-thin design. I mean, look at how crazy small it is next to this huge MacBook charging brick. Because of its small, thin, and lightweight 3.2 ounce design. By the way, their website says 3.2 ounces, but I'm getting 2.8 ounces, so even better. But because of their lightweight design and technology, it is fantastic for travel. It supports fast charging on most major flagship phones back to the iPhone 8 and Galaxy S8, and works on tablets like the iPad Pro and laptops like the MacBook and MacBook Air. If you want a really great charger that charges 2.5 times faster than a standard 5-volt charger, make sure to click the link in the description to pick one up. Thank you so much, RavPower, for supporting this community, and thank all of you who help support me by supporting our sponsors. Let me know in the comments if you pick one up. With all the hype building up to the Unpacked event on February 20th, Samsung has been prepping a bunch of commercials and teasers for all that they're announcing at the event, and likely even for the Super Bowl. Well, a commercial was accidentally posted by Samsung Vietnam and then taken down shortly after. The internet, being what it is, made multiple copies of the video and reposted it. Now, for those paying attention, towards the end of the video, we see a woman holding a foldable device in mid-fold, and I have to admit, if that's what the actual device looks like, I'm really amazed because it looks super slim, sleek, and it folds inwards. You see, we've seen foldable designs from Royale and Xiaomi, but they've been this really clunky looking design with thick bezels, and the screen only bends with the screen facing the outside, not the inside. Even Huawei is trying to get in on this foldable phone action with this teaser that they released ahead of Mobile World Congress on February 24th. That one also seems to have a screen folding on the outside. So the only phone that has potentially teased an inward-facing fold is the upcoming Motorola Razr, in concepts. As Marquez Brownlee pointed out, the current foldable phones we've seen so far are these clunky devices that have bad software on it. So does Samsung have a foldable phone that actually has a nice thin profile, folds flat and flush with itself like a folio case, and has an inward folding screen? Or is this just a concept render that made it into a commercial and isn't actually real? I'm getting Pixel Ultra flashbacks. Now, there are some people who don't think it represents anything real, basing things off of what we saw in the initial announcement for the Galaxy X foldable phone. Even in its case, it doesn't look exactly like what we're seeing in the video, specifically with the outside screen. So that does leave some room for doubt. What we do see is an inward-facing fold, which looks pretty amazing compared to the other options. For me, I hope it's real, but I have a good feeling that we'll find out more about this later on this month. Let me know what you think of the design in the leaked video, and if you think it's real or not. That's it. Make sure to check out my last video where I talked about all the crazy cool designs coming out from Team Android, and asked the question, can the Galaxy S10 phones dethrone the Apple iPhone XR and XS in terms of sales for a flagship model? Click the card in the top right to watch it, and check out my website at thisistechtoday.com. Make sure you share, subscribe, hit that bell icon if you haven't already. Thank you for watching This Is Tech Today. You just watched This Is Tech This week. Until next time.
Oh, and hey, have a great day.